These are the physical parts of the robot. First, we have the electronics, as you can see, all the parts that use electricity. We have the structural parts to build the body of the robot. We have the connectors to connect the pieces together. We have the gears, okay, spur gears, bevel gears, worm gears, okay. We have a specialty parts to create special robots, complex robots. We have wheels if you are trying to create a car. We have ball bearing to let the robot turn. We have pulley rubber and bushings. First, let's talk about the electronics. These are the parts that requires electricity to work and function well. This includes the brake controller, sensors, battery, motors, and wires. So these are all the parts that requires electricity. Without electricity or without battery, these parts will not work. As you can see, we have the motors over here and we have the sensors over here. Okay, for the motors, we have two large motors and we have one medium motor. Motors will give movement to your robot. They can move legs, arms, wheels, and more. Next, we have the sensors. We have four different sensors over here. We have the ultrasonic, we have the color, we have the gyro, and we have the touch. Okay, sensors will allow the robot to see, touch, and recognize colors and light. Just like as humans, we have different kinds of senses. Next, we have the brake controller. It's like the brain of the robot. This will allow us to control the robot. It sends commands and instructions to different electronic pieces. It will need a battery to power it. That's what I told you a while ago. It needs a battery to power and all the electronic, okay, just like the motors and the sensors. Okay, next we have this flat black wires. Okay, this is used to connect all the electronic pieces together. For example, the motors connect to the brake control. We will have to use these wires. Next, we have the structural parts. We have the beams. Okay, we call these beams. These are the parts that we use to build the base or the chassis of the robot. This is likely compared to the skeletal system of the human body. Okay, for us humans, we have bones, right? Of course, the robots too. They have what we call the chassis. Even cars, even trucks, okay, they have their own chassis. So these are what we call the beams to create the body of the robot. Next, we have the connectors. We have pegs, axles, and connector blocks. These are used to connect the pieces together or make the pieces stick together. Next, we have the gears. Okay, we have spur gears, bevel gears, and worm gears. These are what we connect to the motor and help the robot move. Usually, the gear is connected to the wheel. And next, we have the specialty parts. Okay, we have the wheels, we have the ball bearing, we have the pulley rubber, we have the bushings. These are more miscellaneous items included in the EV3 robot box. All right. So if we are trying to create a car, we will have to use a wheel. We will have to use some ball bearing to make the robot turn. If you're using another motor, we will have to use pulley or rubber. And we have the bushings, okay, to lock the pieces together.